dad, mom opened an account in my name. Now my credit's all jacked up. What hope do they have?
They have hope. There are people out there that help with credit building, credit repair. Like that is a real industry where you can get help from multiple different types of people in different ways. But it all really boils down to,
I don't know what kind of property I want to get. I just know I want to do it. They come to you. They say, how much money should I just have ready to go?
That's a good question.
To deploy.
I would say,
what's a good target?
I would say, I posted a story this morning.
You posted a story about what?
My kids are encouraging
Talking
me.
to Mike, man.
You recording this?
We're always recording.
Oh, okay.
It's a good story.
My kids.
So what'd you post?
My kids are encouraging me to post.
That's funny.
And so I have posts set up for every day.
Oh, for real?
They're already ready to go.
Like who recorded them? They did? You did?
Yeah, this is the first day I've ever recorded it. I've always just put the words in a post and just post it. Like I just type.
This is on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
But today on the way to school, they're like, let's just film it now. So I have one son.
Which son is this?
Bishop. He had
Bishop. Shout out to Bishop.
Shout out to Bishop. I love Bishop. That's my main man. So he had his phone kind of like a
Bishop
teleprompter.
do seem like the media dude. I won't even lie. Bishop seemed like the dude who don't mind being on camera.
I wouldn't say doesn't mind being on camera, but yeah. Bishop is he's gonna be my editor. Okay. I sent him the link from the first day. He's gonna make some shorts.
He's gonna grab some stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, we could build the team, you know what I'm saying? Like if Bishop want to come in.
I mean, they work for like kid labor prices.
I mean, they in the family, so they, they get other perks. You know what I'm saying?
Lots of perks.
Like what they paying for right now.
Yeah, so I shot my first story. I got like a bunch of views. I think I got like almost 100.
That's good.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah, when you start out, you don't even want to think about views. It's just like, I did the work. I got the video out. People are seeing it. And then consistency is the thing that, I mean, that's every muscle. You just like build, this from being an athlete. It's just like, get started, you'll get good eventually if you stick with it.
So how consistent are you in things that you don't really love to do?
Ooh, for me?
For you.
Golly.
Like one thing. What are you thinking about right now? Your head went down, something popped into your brain.
I'm not. Again, the things I'm most consistent with are things that I deep down enjoy doing. I mean, I get up and go to the gym at 4:00 in the morning, like most days.
You answered my question in reverse.
No.
I said, don't?
No, but I don't really enjoy waking up at 4:00 in the morning.
You don't?
I don't.
You have to force yourself to get up?
Yes. Like I got to set an alarm at 3:45. I used to set an alarm at 4:15, but then like when you snooze and snooze again and then sleep, it ends up being like 4:30, 4:35. I got to get back to the house by 6 so I can get a shower, and kids got to go to school, wife got to get showered. Like all that stuff's got to happen. So 3:45 is when the alarm went off last night. I don't enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
But I do. Yeah, I'm in a season right now, especially with like training, fitness, like lifting, where it's just harder to do it. It's just hard. I don't have the same community. I don't have the same sort of training North Star. Whereas like when I was doing CrossFit, it was like, oh, we gonna compete. I got a community. I'm trying to. So even if it's just like the other people I'm training with, you're just like, oh, you don't want to fall behind. I don't really have that now. You go to Lifetime, you're just kind of there by yourself. Don't nobody care what you're doing. There's a couple people there, like everybody in the 4:00 in the morning, 4 a.m. crew knows who everybody is. So there's a part of that where I do got a guy there, shout out Landon, who does sort of like poke at me when I don't show up, or I haven't been there in a couple of days, and he'll look at his watch. Or if I get there at 5, he'll look at his watch and stuff like that. So that's a little bit, but it's still a little harder. So like, again, getting up, especially after the weekend. So if I get off, if I'm not feeling well, or if it's been a rough week and I've missed maybe 2 or 3 days in a row, that Monday when it's like, okay, let's get back into the rhythm of it. You got to get up at 4:00 when the boys have just got up at 2:45 or something like that because they had to go use the restroom or they were scared or they wet themselves or whatever. That ain't always that easy.
Mm-hmm.
But you're just like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And you like get back in the rhythm.
Congrats.
Your turn.
Congrats on that.
I don't know if that's congrats.
What I not like to do, but I try to be consistent doing, answering the phone.
Yeah, you don't do that well.
Yeah. So I know the growth needs to happen. But I don't love it. But I've been trying to be more intentional about answering my email, just communication in general.
Communication's hard.
A lot happens in here, but it doesn't always materialize.
No.
So,
all right, we got a bunch of questions. You're the expert, so if I can answer some, I'll give my opinion. But you're the 15-year real estate investor vet. I'm still new in the game, still green.
We'll see how this
wet
goes.
Behind the ears. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I got like 30. So popular questions.
So quick answers.
They could be quick-ish.
Okay.
So some of them would be easy. I think some of them we've hit before. We've only done a couple videos, but we've got a few. So I'll ask this one. This is like a warm-up, like a softball question.
Okay. Icebreaker.
Yeah, a little something. It's light. What's the first step someone should take when they're thinking about investing in real estate but don't know where to start? What do they do first?
I think they should just call me.
Bad answer. Let's try again. That's fine. I'll put your email in the description, Brandon@GameDayRealEstate.com. Sure.
Okay.
You got a guy.
We talked about that communication thing.
Well, you the one said it.
I did say that.
They should call me. So, be
text
careful what
me.
you wish for.
I really meant text me.
I don't know if you want to put your number on the interwebs like that. But
so, first thing someone should do, if they're thinking about investing in real estate, get consistent income. If you already have that.
So get a job.
Get a job. If you already have that.
Doesn't need to be a high-paying job.
It needs to be enough to save.
We'll go super as actionable as possible. If someone wants to say, and again, especially now when things seem so uncertain, if you're essentially saying real estate is still a viable play for long-term wealth.
That is my life.
Okay.
My life's work.
So then you're saying if someone is starting, when they're looking for a job, what should be the minimum salary they're targeting? 50, 55?
I would say you want to be able to save at least $1,000 and live relatively comfortably.
Save $1,000 a month.
A month. Yes, a month.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's good. Okay. So if they're just starting out, look for a job where, considering all your expenses, you can live on whatever that salary is minus $1,000 a month and still be comfortable.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a great start.
So $1,000 a month is $12,000 a year. So just consider that and think take home, because if you see a salary that's $50,000, that is not take home.
That is not take home.
You're probably looking at 42 or something like that, or maybe less. I don't know what the exact tax rate is, but just keep that in mind. $12,000 a month. So look at the salaries that you're looking at, subtract by 12,000, and then go from there. All right, cool. Anything else on that?
There's a ton. Just it's such a nuanced question, because where is this person at? Who is this avatar person we're talking about? What do they have? What do they not have? It's obviously it's let's have some money, let's have some income, let's save some money. And I would say, let's figure out, do you want to be a landlord? Do you want someone else to be the landlord?
Gotcha.
Do you want to own it in your name? Do you want to invest in other people's deals? I
guess that's getting more complex.
But
just starting out, it's get a job, be able to save $1,000 a month.
Yes.
Easy. First, just
yes.
Initial steps. If they're coming to you wanting to ask more, you're like, Do you have consistent income? Can you at least save $1,000 a month? Even when you think about baby steps, this idea about like what's a thing that you could be consistent at that you don't necessarily like, that idea, work a job, save $1,000 a month. That's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Cool. What about when you think like credit score, if they have debt, that adds another layer. What would you say to that?
That sort of comes second to me because those things can be fixed relatively quickly. As long as your credit is not like deep down into the landfill. Like,
Well,
as long as
describe
it's
what
just
deep
like,
down in the landfill is.
like if you're in the fours, I mean, we might have an issue. We might have a little bit of issue. You know, if you've gotten like multiple cars repoed,
Okay.
you've got a
I mean, the thing one I've heard is like my parents opened a card or opened an account in my name, and they jacked up my credit. Now I don't know exactly what that means from a numbers perspective, but again, I go back to this guy John Hope Bryant, and he talks about 500 credit scores versus 700 credit scores. So someone's coming through college or whatever, families do this sort of thing.
yeah.
And so, dad, mom opened an account in my name. Now my credit's all jacked up. What hope do they have?
They have hope. There are people out there that help with credit building, credit repair. Like that is a real industry where you can get help from multiple different types of people in different ways. But it all really boils down to your credit can be fixed, but no one can give you money, right? Like you got to go get that. So that's really why I said that's your main
Consistent
focus.
income. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Have you seen a pretty like a fairly incredible story when it comes to like credit repair? Not necessarily an organization, but just a story of somebody or a client or someone who was like, my credit was kind of in the dump, and then, in X amount of time, bought my first property.
Yes. Multiple people. Really based
You don't
around.
have to give names, but can you give?
I won't give names.
Share a story.
But I would just say the stories I have are based around people who own property in 06, 07, 08, and they lost those properties and what that did to their credit.
Foreclosed,
or like short sale,
filed bankruptcy, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I've seen those people come back from that credit wise, but it took time. It was. Can I say that? So that was more of like a long-term approach.
Yeah.
I don't know people specifically, but like there's a lender that I use, and they have this credit tool and this other like outside service that they have, and they can build someone's credit in like 3 weeks to 4 weeks.
Oh.
And you're talking about 50 plus points right away. So there's these credit tools that will analyze your credit, and it'll tell you exactly what to do to boost your credit by a certain number of points. So if you need to get 75 points, here's what I need you to do. Here's how long it should take. And it literally gives you the game plan. So that's why I say with credit, yes, it's a hurdle, but it's a hurdle that...
It's a smaller hurdle versus
hurdle.
income, which is really the main thing.
Right.
So go get that money. That's what they said. That's what they said. Speaking of money...
Is this one of the questions?
Or getting that money, yes.
Okay.
Why?
Because you're like segueing the thing. Like I just thought, question number 3, this is what it is.
Yo.
But I like what you did.
Let me answer the questions. You know what I'm saying?
I like what you did.
How much money on average, if someone has a target for just a savings target because they're like, hey, I want to buy my first house, or I want to get my foot in the door when it comes to real estate investing, what's a good number to just have in mind as a target?
Are you saying before you start saving money to put for a down payment, like a nest egg type of situation, like a safety net sort of deal?
No. So nothing like emergency fund type thing. Just more like if I'm thinking, obviously I need to do the savings, rainy day, that thing, but just what's just a good number to shoot for? I don't know what kind of property I want to get. I just know I want to do it. They come to you, they say, how much money should I just have ready to go?
That's a good question.
to
Yeah.
deploy,
I would
what's a
say
good target?
I would say 30K.
I thought I had 30 in my head. I was like 30 or 50. 50 felt high. I was like 30 feels like
It will be between
doable.
30 and 50 that you
Yeah.
might need, but 30K is a good number.
Why 30?
30 because you're going to need about 5% down, including closing costs if you go
Is
FHA.
that conventional? FHA is 5%? Or
FHA is 3.5 plus closing costs. So I always
okay, so about 5.
just say about 5. And
makes sense.
then you're going
5%
to
of the purchase price.
Then you're going to need reserves, like we talked about.
Yep.
So 3 to 6 months reserves, depending on the
Yep.
underwriter. Most time is 6 months.
6 months
And then
also just in the bank.
just in the bank on top of your 5% down.
Yeah.
And then if there's any debt, you'll need cash to pay that debt off at closing. Because sometimes, like this has happened to me early on, like I had to take care of some debt at closing to qualify or make the bank feel more comfortable with me giving me that loan.
Yeah.
So I needed cash for that as well.
Got you.
So
That makes sense. When you're buying that place, again, like when I bought mine, obviously I was renting it and then had the opportunity to buy it. Now, again, in most situations, that would have been a, hey, you got to move out because I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder. And the owners, because I knew them, were kind to just be like, hey, if you want it, I'll give you all the first opportunity to buy it. Everybody doesn't get that. So then you think, is it best to try to buy where you are? Or just try to find the best price? Does that make sense? So like, I mean, I might rent somewhere nicer than I can actually afford because the rent is right, but to own it is a completely different thing. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, well, you got to remember what I'm teaching is get you a 4-unit first. So that's probably not where you are. If it is, you can try, but it's really scour the city for all the 4 units and
there you go.
Pick your price and your location and get the right compromise and go for that.
Yeah. Now, when you say like thinking fourplex, what areas are fourplexes usually found? When you think of like
all areas,
city.
So if we're in Phoenix,
when you think like city segments or like city, I don't know what you call the districts, neighborhoods,
districts, villages, all that.
Yeah. But they could be anywhere.
Anywhere. I mean, Scottsdale has a ton.
Scottsdale's a fourplex.
A ton. Mesa, all the different cities. Tempe, obviously.
But
Phoenix.
they range in price, obviously based on location and amenities and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The weird thing about Phoenix is, I'm sure it's like this in other, well, maybe not. I don't know. But you could have the same.
Hey, if you're in another city and you know about fourplexes and all that, hey, drop something in the comments and let us know.
Appreciate that. So in Phoenix, South Phoenix, North Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe, you can have the same exact style of multi-unit. There's a bunch of them here. Footprint? So you have single story, block construction, 2-bed, 1-bath. I mean, they are all across this town, right? And the price will be determined by one, the condition, but mostly the submarket that it's in, like the area that it's in. So
that's interesting. How would you compare real estate investing to like 401k type stuff? So someone has a job, their company does 401k matching, so they're doing that. Why would somebody? What's sort of the role of real estate in connection with something like that?
So should I answer that in like, how does it complement it, or should I answer it like, how is it better than it?
Answer it however you like.
Okay, so I would say
probably both.
Off the cuff, it complements it because you have diversity, right? You've got something that's stable, probably a lower return,
like diversifying
your investments. So you've got the 401k that's got a mostly lower return. It in most cases should be a little less volatile, right? You do have 401k.
Yeah.
You do have matching from your employer, so then that's like free money coming in. And it forces you to save it because you don't really want to touch it until you get
I mean, you
to
can't
retire age.
I guess
you can.
You can, but you don't really want to because you get penalized.
Yeah, but sometimes
you just gotta get that
take it on the chin. thank the Lord I haven't had to do that yet, but I know people who have.
Yeah.
And some people take it out to invest, but that's why I think it's a good compliment for real estate investing. Why I think it's better is number one, you have control to make, decision making control. And also you have two things. You've got monthly or sort of like routine income, cash flow. And you also have cash flow from appreciation or profit from appreciation that you don't really get
if you sell
or cash out refi. But yes.
Okay.
A cash event.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
How often would you I hear this cash out refinance. How often does that happen? What's the strategy with cash out refinancing? What's sort of the thinking with that? Is that, I know a lot of people think, that's often the play. It's like buy low, let it appreciate, get cash out, HELOCs. What's sort of the thinking behind that? And is there anything that people need to be careful with when it comes to?
I can give you a little bit of my experience.
Give me it.
So up until today, I've never done a cash out refi, and I've never really wanted to, needed to.
Up until today.
Because I've got one going right now.
You telling the story?
I have one going right now. Are you
letting us on the inner, we getting the inner sanctum right here?
For real. And the reason is because up until now, I've always been able to buy at what I would see below market or just at a price where I can get a good return, like a 20+ return. And then there was some time frame in the 2021 to last year range where that really wasn't possible. And now I'm finding deals is becoming more of a possibility, and I've found a couple deals that I like, but because I'm cash poor, okay, I'm rich in love, all right, but I'm cash poor. All right, I got a lot of love around me, but the pockets though. so I need to take advantage of some of the equity that I've been fortunate enough to get through buying low early on in my career to and
just holding
capitalize
for super long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What does it mean? Are you comfortable talking about what it means to be cash poor? There are a lot of people in this sort of investment game. Just, not even when starting a business that might be worth a lot, but it doesn't necessarily mean, you have cash, and that probably goes into balance sheets and some of the financial literacy stuff. But you talk about what it means to be cash poor and the difference between net worth and, liquidity is sort of a finance term, but cash in the bank.
Yeah. So from a general perspective, cash poor, you just really explained it. Cash poor is a term you would use if you may not fully be poor, you have assets, right? But those assets are not liquid, so you don't have access to cash.
Yeah, liquid as in you can't buy gas with a house.
Pretty much.
Yo, man, I got this house, man. It's worth $500K, but I need gas.
Put it on my tab.
I was like, you could go to the driveway. You can't, but
Yeah.
So liquid is I can make a transaction. I can put my debit card in something. I can buy whatever. I might need to buy furniture. You can't hey, I'll lend. You can't. You see, in that sense, you can't transact in a store because of some worth you have in an asset. You've got to actually have cash in the bank. And if you don't, the phrase is cash poor. It doesn't actually mean that you're poor living on the street. It just means all your money's tied up in bigger assets that aren't actually cash.
Yeah.
Businesses are like that too. I got all my money tied up in a laundromat or vending machines or software company, whatever it is. The money is going to operate that business, might be going to payroll, might be going to, expenses or things that
expansion,
just things that need to be fixed up. And that means the day-to-day income isn't as flexible as in I don't have the freedom to just spend it the way that I want to because I know other expenses take priority, which means I don't have as much cash as I would like to have. So in that sense, I might be like high net worth. I have friends in the multi-millions, great houses, nice, but then at the same time be like, oh man, but I'm cash poor, so I can't take this trip that I want to take, for instance. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Cyclical. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we do like a rapid fire round?
What does that mean?
It means like you ask a question, I give like a 1 or 2 sentence answer, and we move on to the next thing.
Okay, let's try it.
You think it's possible?
Sure.
Okay.
What does leverage mean?
Leverage means you. Goodness.
This is not very rapid.
It's like, I know this. I promise. Leverage is, God dang it. Oh, just cut the tape. Just cut the tape. Next.
What are some of the risks? What are the biggest risks of someone just getting started in real estate investing?
Biggest risk would be buying too high.
Being over leveraged.
Over leveraged.
So wouldn't leverage be is in a sense like using someone else's money as like leverage? Think like pulley system or like a seesaw in a sense. And so like you're using someone else's money to sort of, make a big purchase, right? So you've got some of yours in it, and then the bank's giving you more. That's leverage for you to buy this big asset. And then if it appreciates, you can sell it for more. So imagine you look at a $500,000 house, you've got to call it 5% down. So that's 25 grand, call it 30, 35. All you got to come up with is 35,000. The bank's going to give you 465, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to come up with 35. Bank gives you 465. That's $465,000 that you can use to buy a $500,000 house. That house appreciates and goes to $800,000, and you sell it. Now you have $800,000 cash off of a $35,000 investment. You pay off the 465, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have $335 left that you just get to keep and do whatever you want with. You got capital gains, you got taxes and stuff like that, but just simple math, basic math. You've leveraged the bank's money to find a deal that would appreciate at something that you probably thought would appreciate at that rate. It did, and you were able to use that leverage to make more money using someone else's money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That would be, or at least an example of leverage. I don't know the specific definition, but maybe I'll put it in the description. But
yeah,
does that give you a sense? All right, cool. Building a team. How important is it when you're starting out to have a team? You said you got a guy, so you have a team. If someone's just starting out, how important is it for them to like build a team? Robert Kiyosaki was like, know your lender, get you a good banker.
Yeah. I think it's important to be close with a few people. I think your lender's one of them. I think your real estate agent should be one of them. And I think if you have some type of bookkeeper, accountant, CPA, that person needs to be close to you as well.
Should someone getting started in real estate investment consider getting their broker's license?
No.
Why not?
Because I never got one.
Okay, there it is. Role of mentorship or apprenticeship. How important is it?
I think learning should be at the forefront of your day. So I think you looking to people who have done what you want to do and
I agree.
And listening to them and trusting them and learning from those mistakes is amazing. So try to be an apprentice to someone and, try to find a mentor. And when you know something, you got to give back and mentor to someone else. You got to pay it forward.
Yeah. So in real estate, would you say like the experience is the teacher of fools? Like if you don't have to, you can learn from someone else's experience. Don't learn hard lessons when you don't have to.
Yes. But you know how it goes, right? Like you listen to someone half the way And then you end up making the mistake the other half when they told you not to do it, but you're like, I got this. This is going to turn out great. And it doesn't. So,
FOOL.
yeah.
It's still foolish.
I'd rather you fall forward than not fall at all, right?
True. How do you evaluate cash flow? Like, how do you find a good deal? What are you looking for?
I evaluate something called cash on cash return.
Talk about it.
This is the rapid fire round.
You got to talk about cash on cash return. You can't just say cash on cash return and not explain
cash on cash return. I can answer this one. This is not leverage. Okay?
Leverage is a weird term, but I get it.
Cash on cash return is the amount of money you make after. Okay, let me see. So you take the amount that you invested, and then you take the cash flow that you're getting, and then you divide the amount you invested by the cash flow you're getting, and that's your cash on cash return.
Over the course of a year.
Or the opposite.
Is it over the course of a year?
Over the course of a year.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like if you're cash flowing, you put in 35.
And you're cash flowing 5, then you do 5 divided by 35, and that's your cash on cash return, whatever that is.
Well, 5 over the course of a year, so you'd have 60, right?
No, you get $5,000 in cash flow in that year. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You divide that $5,000 by the 35 grand.
Yes.
Yeah. So in that
but
case,
if it was $5,000 a month,
for $5,000 a month,
I mean, if
those deals don't exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
I mean, you're gonna make 60 in year 1 and you only spent 35. Like this is if that's the deal, buy it. I don't care if it's in Antarctica. Actually, don't buy it. They're lying to you.
I mean, that's good to know. This is one of the things about being green. I was like, oh, cash flow. Can you cash flow $5,000 a month? It's like, yeah, but it ain't gonna cost you $35,000 to get that.
No.
That's good. What's the biggest mistake you see first time investors make most often?
Not jumping off the porch.
Oh, get in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the biggest risk they should take? They aren't taking? You're saying the biggest mistake that they're making is just not playing.
Just not playing. People want to sit on the sideline. I'm gonna wait till the market gets better. I'm gonna wait till okay. It's almost like when someone talks about, or just in general in the Christian world, you talk about getting your life right before you go and get a relationship with God, right? And God's like, I don't want that you. I want the messed up you, right? In a way, you get what I'm saying.
Sure,
but the whole point is like people want to fix their life, then go to church. It's like, I mean,
like nothing works that way.
Just jump in, man. You got to jump in.
That's good. I do like that. Residential or commercial versus multifamily. I mean, you say multifamily.
Yeah.
But what role does commercial play in that? Like, is there any, if you go 4-3-2-1-1, is there any relationship with commercial?
No.
You just like stay away from commercial.
I'm not saying stay away from commercial. I'm saying for
in the beginning, yeah.
For this, it's, and mind you, we're talking about people who, don't have what you would call like trust fund money, or don't have like inheritance money. If you have inheritance money and you got a couple M's, like skip this. Like, let's go get some units.
Yeah, go get some.
Let's go get a whole property. Let's go develop.
Let's go get some land and
or that. I would probably not do that, but
you wouldn't do that.
If this is my first, let's say I got an inheritance and it's $3 million and I don't own anything right now. I am not going to develop.
Got you.
Just go buy some units, get you a property manager, text me, and
let's make it happen. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, we got a fund for that, don't we? We'll talk about that later. Thoughts on fix and flips?
Fix and flips are a good investment. They are a good investment.
But
I like fix and flips because you can get money quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think fix and flips can be risky, though, if you are not in tune with the market and the cost and time for repairs, right? those two things are out of whack, your fix and flip turns into a money pit.
So does it become another apprentice sort of situation of like, if you're with the right person and you understand timing and the nuances of that kind of market, then that'll be your teacher around like what decisions to make.
If you want to fix
Again,
and flip,
for somebody starting out who's thinking,
I
and
want to
again,
fix and
there's a
flip.
bunch of stuff out there that's like, fix and flip. This is this is how I look at this. This is how I made 30 grand in this amount of time.
Yeah.
So people might come into the space being like, oh, I want to do that first. I got 30 sitting by. Like, let me try to do something like that.
Yeah.
Thoughts
Yeah.
on that?
I think if you don't have any construction experience, you just have 30 grand saved up and you're like, because I know people like this. They're like, yeah, I don't want to go and make 10% on my 30 grand and wait for appreciation and all that. Like, which I think is, let me not give my opinion on that, but there are people who are like, I don't want to do that. I want my 30K to make me 30K. Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, I respect that. But so I would say to them, if they don't have experience, find somebody who's doing that right now. First, watch them do it. Then find out if you could partner with them to do one, or no, you can help them do one for free, right? Without any money, just help. I just want to help you go buy materials, sign bids from vendors. I want to help, I want to help design the kitchen, those types of things. Okay. Then you do another one. I'm serious about this because even the best
I feel like there are a lot of variables.
Hosed.
As soon as you said buy materials, I was like,
see,
I'm out.
See, I mean, I'm talking about negotiating loans,
Bro,
right? Interest rates, doing a draw schedule, right? You understand what that is, right? Kind of.
Draw schedule sounds like
when you do a fix and flip,
and stuff like
when you do a fix and flip, the bank's going to give you, let's say your flip's going to cost you $50,000.
They're going to give you like a credit line, and you can sort of like pull out a certain amount over. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I would say,
get in with somebody. Very high maintenance to me. Something that gets pitched as like quick feels like, when you describe it, I'm like, man, that feels very, very high maintenance.
It's a great business though. But you have to make it your business is what I'm saying. You can't just say, I'm going to throw some money into this flip and go make it happen. Like, either people are going to run all over you, they're going to run through your bread before your work is done, you're going to run out of money, and then you still got to pay the bank. You're gonna get work that's not sellable, right? You get a house back that you put on the market and people are like, this is crap. So you just got to lock in, and you have to do some due diligence. You got to do some free work, some apprenticeship, and then you might be ready to flip your own house. I'm not trying to say it like it's rocket science, but I am trying to say that like
it's a real risk.
It's a real risk.
Yeah,
it's a real risk. I mean, you're talking 10 to 14% interest only, and they want their money every single month. And if you anticipate 4 months, this is not rapid fire, by the way. If you anticipate 4 months and it takes you 6, then you got to go sell it. You got some extra bread in your pocket, or are you cash poor at that point? Where you gonna get
that money from?
Right. So
that is rough. How do you help people deal with the fear of getting in the game?
That's
afraid of getting hurt, afraid of losing money, afraid of going into debt again, or making a mistake and getting into a bigger, like, how do you help them get over that so that they can actually get in the game?
Disclaimer, if you're listening to this and you have a great answer or you have great experience with this fear, please text me, call me,
drop it in the comments,
drop it in the comments, please, because this might be the most important question. But what I have done is just share my experience. Because oftentimes I take more risk than you, whoever you are, right? And so I can talk to you about some of the risks I've taken. I can talk to you about some of the pitfalls, some of the hurdles, some of the obstructions and roadblocks, how I've mitigated risk. And sometimes that will get somebody more comfortable with taking the risk. I also talk to people about, I try to get down to like, what are you really afraid of? Right? Like, what are you really afraid of? Is it you don't think you can be a landlord? Like, is it like insecurity? Are you struggling with what happens if the water heater goes out, the AC goes out, and the roof starts leaking all in the same week? Like, what am I going to do about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are real things that can happen. And so just trying to get down to really like the bottom of it versus like, I'm just scared. I'm just scared. Like, let's do some therapy and let's get down. I'm not a therapist, by the way. Okay. I'm just saying. um, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, I think I think there's a role that we talked about this last time. There's a role that community plays in that, where I think some of it, there's comfort in knowing other people are doing it.
Mm,
And then I do think there's a concept called first principles, where I think you get back to cash consistent income. Is it cash credit consistent income? Is that what it was?
yes.
I think when you get back to that and you say, hey, the reason why you want to keep a consistent job while you're doing this is because it does take money. You got to spend money to make money. But there's a degree of, now you're not just doing it alone, you're doing it with a group of people saying like, hey, we're actually trying to build wealth together, and seeing the progress with other people do that. And then hopefully that, not just one person that they see taking what looks like risk to see a big outcome, they see an entire group of people that look like them, come from the same neighborhoods, have some of the same experiences, use the same language, seeing some of the same results. And then in that they go, oh, if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. And then, the idea would be there, hopefully, that they go, okay, it's risky, but if I'm gonna be with them, it doesn't feel as much of a risk because I'm not doing it alone. And so that's why I'd say I go, community might be a big sort of bridge to get people to sort of cross that fear river and go like, oh, okay, I can actually get into the field. I can get out there and like start doing something, because there's a whole host of people out there that I feel like I can connect with and do this with. So
For sure. And that's why we're doing this, because I want to build that community so people can lean on each other, people can work with each other, people can encourage each other, because in most cases, there's light at the end of the tunnel. The grass is greener on the other side.
yeah, that's good.
So
That's good.
yeah.